Yo guys, what is up? It's me, Robert here, back again with another video for you here today. This is genuinely the first real video on the channel, so if you guys enjoy it, definitely leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Today, as you saw from the title, we are going to be speaking about how you can game in VR with a very cheap GPU. Under $200. So if the video helps you and if you enjoy it, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. It will help me very much. And yeah. So guys, just to get these quick little misconceptions out of the way with VR, you are not going to be able to run your PC with the greatest quality possible. That'll bring your frames very, 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 very low. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to turn your quality in your games as low as possible and work your way up depending on the game. Games like Assetto Corsa, you can run maximum objects, maximum things like that, and have anisotropic filtering and all that on. Anything else such as reflections and shadows and other things like that will not work. But you can have your mirrors at a low spec as well, especially with the GPU that I'm going to be recommending you, because this is by far the best GPU on the market that you have definitely heard of before. Second misconception, a lot of people think that you're gonna automatically become way better if you're in VR, and that's not always the case. Some people actually don't handle VR very well, and if you are a VR player, then you will definitely have heard of this before. Some people have motion sickness when they are in VR playing any game. It could be Beat Saber, Onward, anything like that, racing games. It doesn't matter what it is, you can have motion sickness. It will take your body a while to adjust to, because you're in a virtual environment, you're not moving, but you're moving in the game. So, that'll take a little bit of getting used to, but once you're used to that, and in racing games, since it's a lot worse, you'll adjust to it a lot quicker. You'll definitely have a little bit of a performance boost in your racing and overall immersiveness. Now, with certain games, like I said before, you'll need a better GPU than others. So, I'm going to be listing 2 GPUs on 5 different games that you can use. On Assetto Corsa, you will not need a very high-end GPU, as that game was made back in 2013, 2014-ish, so definitely older. It's like a GTA 5 spec game. So, the best GPU I can recommend for this is the Rx580. That card is my personal card, and you can get 90 frames per second, 90 hertz, with everything on maximum, except for reflections and shadows, along with low quality mirrors. You will still be able to get 90 frames per second with 90 hertz, and with the Oculus software, you can boost your performance by bringing the resolutions up to the maximum, which is 5,000 by something something, which is insane. It definitely helps a little bit, and it will bring down the performance a little bit, but not that much, and you can bring it up to 90 hertz within that software as well. And with a little hefty thing that I use called SideQuest, which is the video I'll be making after this one, guys, stay tuned for that. It will be able to bring up everything like that. So in the lenses, there is a foveated rendering, which is basically making so that everything in the middle of the screen that you're looking at is rendered better than everything on the outside, which if you're a driver, that doesn't help because you rely a lot on your peripherals. In a VR headset, you don't have very much peripherals. So, with that, you can also turn off foveated rendering, which will render everything around you at the same pace as everything else. That helps a lot. Trust me, I understand. And me being trained to use my peripherals already, it is a game changer. Lastly, if you really, really want to spike up your performance, you can also go into SideQuest and turn up your resolutions to 3072, which is the highest that the Quest 2 can use. And after that, you will get a little bit of frame drops, but they will not be very significant. Now, for Assetto Corsa Competizione, you're definitely going to still be able to use the RX580, but you can also use a higher-end GPU, which I will not be naming because I don't have personal experience with anything else, and I wouldn't want to give any bad recommendations. But from what I've heard, a 20 series or anything like that will work very well. But I'm sure anything lower than that will work decently as well. In the mid-range, a little bit above the RX580s. And for that game, you're definitely going to want to keep everything on the VR low settings, as that game has presets for VR, which I find very, very helpful, especially as I'm just now getting into that game. And guys, it is awesome. You guys will definitely want to buy that one. It is awesome. And since that game is very hefty on your GPU, you're going to want to keep everything on low. I recommend turning everything low, low, low as possible, making sure that nothing is high, and making sure that anything that can be turned off, that doesn't matter, that you don't see, that doesn't affect you whatsoever, is turned off. And you'll want your VR resolution to be as high as possible playing that game, as it can get very blurry at times, I have seen. I still haven't found a way to fix that, but I will be making a video on that shortly. If you guys really want me to, I'll try and find a way to fix that and I will send it out. But self-explanatory for that game, as there are presets already built in. Now guys, with iRacing, as it is one of those very old games that hasn't been updated very much graphically, VR isn't going to take much of a strain on your computer, and depending on your RAM size and your CPU, you'll definitely be able to play this game. And just a reminder, I know I probably should have said this before, but your CPU does also matter. I run an i5 9400K sorry about that. And me personally, it runs exactly how I need it to. My head movements run fine, and with Assetto Corsa, it's very CPU bound, and with iRacing, is not. It is very GPU and RAM bound, so you'll definitely need a lot of that. If you guys want, I will leave my PC specs down below in the description, so you guys can look at those and compare. Me personally, I can run iRacing. It will actually automatically set your game how it needs to be graphically. And for me, with an RX580, I can get the maximum textures, so I can see everything on my dash and everything outside perfectly fine, along with car textures and stuff like that. But driver textures and little things like that will be a little bit blurred just to save performance, which I find very smart, as we aren't going to be looking at our driver much while we're driving. And another thing I find very, very helpful is that they will allow you to use shaders. So you can, in-game, put on shaders, so maximum and anything below that, but it will kind of automatically set it so that it isn't crazy like it is normally on a screen. So iRacing, it's very good for VR. I definitely recommend it, and especially where they have the new damage models, it is even better. So honestly, my top two favorite sims, Assetto Corsa and iRacing, they're right up there with each other. Definitely go ahead, play those. But yeah, they're very good for VR. It works very well. And lastly, racing experience. That worked well in VR. I didn't do the settings very much because that is not my favorite game, to be real with you. I would not recommend it, especially if you're new to sim racing. If you want something to change up what you play, then definitely buy it. Or, well, it's not buy, but it's free, so you guys can try it out if you would like. It's on the Steam store, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it. It's not very fun, there's not very many tracks, and the people on there aren't very competitive. So, with that game, you'll need a higher GPU as well. It's a bit of a newer game, I believe, but you can run it with an RX 580 once again, and anything higher than that, of course, it'll run even better. Once again, I don't believe that game's very CPU bound. It may be, but I don't believe so. And if it is, that sucks. But that is it for the video, guys. If this video helped you at all whatsoever, go down in the comments, say something. It'll help me out, and leave a like and subscribe if you're new. That'll also help a lot, because I will soon be releasing a few new videos on VR, because this is one of my biggest things. I love VR, and I'll also be teaching you guys how to do side quests, because I talked about that a little bit in the video. So, yeah, like I said, guys, subscribe, ring the bell so you guys will be notified every time I upload another video. And if, we can get to 1,000 subscribers in the next years or so, that'll be awesome. That's my goal. But at the moment, 300 definitely is the one I'm looking forward to. So, yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you got this far, comment below virtual reality. that will be the phrase for this video. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. night, whatever time it is for you. I'm gonna go play a bit of Assetto Corsa in my VR headset, and yeah, peace out, guys.